Hello, hello. Welcome everybody. And then I'm going to go share screen and you guys are going to let me know. Gotta get you out of the way. Here we go. Share, present, present. Oop. Okay. Can you guys see us little and the screen big?
Yep. Yes.
Whoop. Okay. Awesome job. All right. I'm just gonna, you can't access the camera. No worries, Tammy. It's all good. No worries at all. Okay, so I am so glad you guys are here. We have 5 days left in this awesome challenge. And I just want to say I'm super grateful for those of you who have jumped in and are participating. I've actually gotten a lot out of this personally, so I can't wait to hear if you guys have learned something or gleaned something from this experience. And just really quick, I'm in a hotel room in Page, Arizona, and I'm having the most amazing time. But I have to say, I was actually really looking forward to doing this, even though it's kind of, in the middle of a vacation, but we do what we got to do to make things work. So habits are the key to healthy living. Sustainability and consistency are the keys to habits. Okay, really quick housekeeping. Like I said, we have 5 days left, so please utilize me, the Facebook group, read the emails, just plug in as much as you can for the last few days of this and really finish strong. How we finish one thing is how we start the next thing. So if we look at 21 days of establishing habits as the beginning, and then we look at everything after that as the rest of our life, just think if you finish this really strong, then you're starting the rest of your life feeling empowered and just ready to be consistent. If you have not ordered your greens, it's a little late for the 21-day challenge, but if you're interested in Arbonne at all, get with me before Thursday because there's awesome deals going on. And a lot of things are like on sale and stuff too. And then also don't forget that you do have a PDF workbook and you've also got, hopefully you're reading Atomic Habits. If not, it's not too late to start that. And then also I will be sharing another form with you in just a moment. Okay, so we have gone over steps to adopting habits, and I'm just going to fly through these really quick because this should be review from the first call and also the last however many days we've been together. But before you do anything, before you want to improve on anything, you have to have gratitude for where you are right now. And then you've also got to have a belief that change is possible for you. So if you're really struggling with that part, let's continue to spend some time in that belief. And a lot of times it's just, I can believe for you. You can share some of my belief in you, but change is absolutely possible. I grew up with a dad who always said you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I fully believe that he is wrong. And I like to prove him wrong on that stuff too. So the next thing you got to do is have a plan of action. After that, you've got to focus on the activity that you can control. That's where your integrity comes in. You have no direct control over the results, but you do have direct control over how you spend your time, how you choose to treat your body on a daily basis. And that's where your integrity comes in because you do what you say you're going to do. And then you got to just keep going until habits just become part of not just what you do, but who you are. And then you get to adopt that new identity. So we talked about stepping in to your new identity on the first call. So I am a woman who values movement. I am a woman who fuels her body. I am a woman who speaks kindly to herself. And you just, you come up with these different things that resonate with you, that are part of your value identity. And then you just step into that. And at the end, I'm going to tell you what our next step is about our identity. Okay, these are, so after we have gratitude for where we are and we're ready to just really focus on the identity piece, that was kind of steps 1. Now we have step 2, 3, or not steps, but different strategies that you can have to adopt new habits. So one was habit stacking, another one was enhance the environment, and the third one was grow the appeal or have a reward for your behavior. So now is when I would love for you guys to just unmute, and if you want, just share which one of these strategies or maybe a combination of some of them, or just share some wins for the past, several weeks that we've been together.
Find my mute.
Yeah, go for it. Anybody?
Well, I will say I have been hit or miss on the challenge, just with life in general, but and then I was in Maui for a week. So hit or miss very much in Maui, but just focused on getting back on track this week as I got back. So things have been really good this week.
Awesome.
But what I'm really focusing on, which I liked in your email, is the drinking more like bubbly water with lime and lemon has been really helpful to not drink the wine instead
Uh-huh.
sometimes, or
Yep.
give myself one and then have some club soda.
Yep.
So that's something I'm trying to focus on right now.
Kelly, if I remember correctly, though, you still moved your body on vacation. I mean, there are lots of different things,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
you can say, I'm going to tell you, every single person here feels like, oh, well, I kind of got off track. Okay, that's life. That is normal.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. So we don't have to
Mm.
focus on that, though. We can focus on what we did right and what went well. So the fact that
Yes.
while on vacation, you still moved your body, you still hydrated, and those things, that is actually what we focus on, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
For
Thank
sure. And I'm food prepping a ton, so that's good too.
you. All right. And
Yeah.
as you guys are talking, I'm making my green shot because I haven't had it yet today.
I was just finished mine.
All right, Cheryl, you want to go?
Sure. I am very similar to Kelly. I was gone for the first part of this challenge, um, and thankfully was very, well, I was able to do a lot of exercising in different ways, so that was really good. Drinking a lot of water. I'm learning your habit stacking, I think, has been the biggest thing for me. Never really thought about that before, but that's been a key for me. So drinking water all the time before I eat and snack, just having a big 8-ounce glass of water before is kind of something, yep, I've been doing. And sometimes afterwards too, because my husband is really big into water after eating. So that's been really good. But I haven't read Atomic Habits. That's coming, I think tomorrow, uh, in Amazon on, so that's good. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't been super good with my other challenge, but I know that's going to get better. I'm trying to stay really positive, like you were just saying, just look at the good things.
Yeah.
Um, I've been really pleased with how much I've been working out and getting outside for fresh air and things like that, which is really important too. So
Um,
yeah, I'm really happy with where it's going. And I can see it continuing. So I'm
correct.
really happy with that.
That is awesome. So just a really quick thing on that. So I think a lot of times we come out of the gate when we do something like this and we're like, I'm going to do this and that and this and that and this and that. And that's why I was like, two is the number. We're
Too.
focusing on
Yeah.
2 things because 2 is doable. And if you
Hmm.
do 1 and you still do 1, then look at that. You did 21 days of 1 thing. That's amazing. If you
Exactly.
weren't doing that before and now you've solidified 1 and now you can revert back and focus on number 2. Now that 1 is an established habit, then you can incorporate number 2 and just repeat the cycle. So
Exactly.
that is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome,
It's good.
Cheryl. I'm proud of you. All right, Tammy, you want to
Thanks.
share? You're on mute. Still on mute. Okay. I'm sorry. We can't hear you.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm going to move on and then you just let me know if you can unmute because I do want to hear from you. Okay. So really quick, so we talked about 4 things already and we focused on those in the original call and up until substitute a habit, we have also talked about this in the Facebook group as well. This is the one where I said, instead of wine, try apple cider vinegar and bubbly water. And if you guys haven't tried it, I know it sounds weird, but honestly, it's quite enjoyable. So I really recommend it. And it actually looks like white wine. Cheryl, did you try it?
No, but now I'm intrigued because I just had a
Yeah,
glass of wine.
yeah. Go for it. Go for
So
it.
now I will try that. Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
awesome. So here's the whole concept of substituting a habit. So a lot of times we think like, I'm just going to stop my bad habit. And then you are tempted to try going cold turkey. A lot of times that is a big fat failure because you're not replacing it with something else. So if you can identify, I think at the beginning I asked you guys to identify a couple bad habits that you might want to stop. And so think about some of those. And now is a really good chance to, instead of focusing on wanting to quit something, focus on substituting it. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a lot of examples on the next slide because I want you to think of things from all different angles, but I'm just going to fly through these really quick. So instead of snacking on chips, why don't you substitute with carrot sticks or apple slices with peanut butter? So the idea here, instead of empty calories that doesn't do anything for your body, doesn't give you fuel to work with, you are still have a crunch, you're still filling your belly, you're still, getting that craving out of the way. But if you do carrot sticks with hummus and apples with peanut butter, you're actually getting fuel that is valuable for your body to use to give you energy. Sugary sodas, instead, go for sparkling water or tea. If you're a late night TV watcher, try reading a book or practicing meditation. Instead of driving short distances, why not try walking or biking? Substitute mindless social media scrolling with a new hobby like painting or knitting. I mean, a lot of these things, it's like, oh, I never even would have really thought about scrolling social media as an opportunity to fill it with something that could be a hobby. Like sometimes it's like, I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. You're already eating breakfast, hopefully. If you're not, you need to be. But instead of having a cereal for breakfast, why not oatmeal with fruit and nuts? And even better, put some protein in there as well. If you're a late night or if you're watching TV, why don't you swap that with having a meaningful conversation? I don't know if you guys use the app called Marco Polo. It is one of my most favorite ways to keep in touch with family and friends. It's funny, my mom's sister and I now all live in the same area, but we talk daily on Marco Polo and it's awesome. So that is something that I have started habit stacking. I'm not going to get off track here, but anyway, so if you want more about that, let me know. Look, instead of candy or chocolate or even chips or whatever as a late afternoon snack on something that's actually going to give you some value. If you sit at a desk all day, why don't you try standing? I have friends who use a walking desk now. Tammy, I don't know if you know, but Lois uses a walking desk a lot of times, even while she's working with clients doing therapy. And then a lot of times watching TV before bed, why not try listening to calming music or practicing relaxation techniques? And your sleep will probably benefit from that as well. Okay, step 6 is a big one. So this, as a fitness coach, a health coach for my whole career, this has been my number one go-to strategy for helping people actually make change in their life, and that is accountability. So whether as the coach, I am providing the accountability, or a lot of times, and this is what you can probably tell from the different avenues of my business, I love adding accountability within a group. And so if you have a friend that's working towards something similar, or you could even be working towards 2 totally different goals, but you check in on each other, that's an amazing way to stay accountable, because a lot of times we won't do it for ourselves, but we'll do it for somebody else. And if we know somebody else is going to check in on us, share your new habits on social media. If you're not a social media person, then just forget this one. But I just want to say, when something becomes part of not just what you do, but who you are, you can't help but share it. So whether that looks like a post on Instagram or just, telling your friends over lunch, you can't help it because it becomes part of who you are and you just want to share who you are with people. Chat about your new habits at the dinner table, let your family know what you're working on, or at the lunchroom and work, or the ultimate step in accountability would be investing in a health and wellness coach. Okay, so other strategies that might help your new habits stick. And I will tell you, there's a whole book on this. Obviously, if you've not cracked open Atomic Habits yet, I really, really recommend it. The next one that I recommend after that is called The Gap and the Gain. And I can make sure I'll put that in our email that I send after this this meeting tonight. But there's lots of different strategies out there. Find what works for you and stick with that. But just give yourself grace. Be flexible. Nothing is solid there. You cannot be perfect. It just doesn't exist in health. It also just doesn't exist in life. So just give yourself a backup plan, have some alternative strategies in your back pocket. Take some time and reflect and learn. So I love 21 days as the time period of focusing on habits. It is technically how long it should take to establish a habit. So every 3 weeks or so, kind of check in, like, what did I intend to do? How is that going? Maybe how could I adjust my approach and improve over time? And then the last one is really stay committed. And this is where that word consistency comes in. A lot of times, if you forget your why behind establishing that habit in the first place, you can easily get away from that commitment. You can get off that consistency. So remember, your why should connect. It should pull at your heartstrings. So if your why is to be able to be on your floor playing with your grandkids someday, that's a big one, right? And so if you are like, oh, I don't feel like waking up at 6 for my workout, but then you're like, oh, wait, I want to be a healthy grandma. Then you're like, it doesn't take you as much to convince yourself to get up to do that thing that you don't really want to do anyway. You're like, oh, my future self will really thank me for staying consistent with this habit. Okay, so what is next? Looking at moving forward. So I truly from my heart of hearts, want you guys to continue with these habits that you've begun to establish over the past 21 days. So I would love for you to find a buddy. And if you don't have somebody already in your life, use the group. We have 30 women in this group. Why not link up? Find somebody that can be your accountability buddy moving forward. The next one, keep using your tracker. So I specifically designed it so that you would have 3 weeks with the challenge, and then you have 3 weeks after the challenge. So if you had 2 habits that you were focusing on and you did really well with one, but you didn't really quite start with the other, then maybe you continue your one, but you add in these next 3 weeks on your tracker, you really add that, how can I really get this next one established over the next 21 days? There is a brand new app that just came out, and this is from James Clear, so the author of Atomic Habits, and it's called Atoms. So far, it's only available on iOS, but it soon should be available on Google as well. I will be offering this Squats and Shots challenge again in the fall. So keep that on your radar. I'm kind of excited to do this twice a year. Give people an opportunity to establish a couple habits. And then if they fall off over the summertime, then we'll be able to focus on them again. Or you could pick 2 totally different habits in the fall if you wanted. And then the last thing that I would love to present to you guys is this concept of coaching. So I have been working on this behind the scenes for about 6 months now, and I'm just super excited to present it to you guys. If you've never experienced coaching before in any aspect of life, I highly recommend it. This is where you're going to get true long-term support and actually practice what it's like to go through life more than just 21 days and have really personalized approach. So I will be choosing my prize winners, and I'll go over in the next slide how to get entered to win the prize. The 3rd place, 2nd place, and 1st place prize winners will be announced on Monday, so March 4th. And these dollars off are going towards a 3-month one-on-one coaching program. So in the original slideshow that I did, the prizes were doubled. And because I was originally planning to do a 6-month coaching container, and I've decided to cut that, but I do think that the 3-month time period is necessary in order to see the true transformation. You could always add on more if you wanted afterwards. So what this looks like is direct access to me and a personalized coaching program tailored to you and your lifestyle in order for you to reach whatever specific goals that you have kind of at the top of your list. So how to be entered to win the prizes, you got to watch both calls or replays and then DM me the special word. You guys have already done that for the first word. The second word will be at the end of the slideshow. Comment on the Facebook check-ins, or if that just has not been part of your experience so far, which is totally fine, just send me your tracker close to the end of the program before you have to do it by the 3rd so I can announce the winner on the 4th. And then fill out your exit survey, which I'll be emailing later tonight. Okay, so, and then I'm also offering a special bonus for anybody who participated in this challenge. So anybody who signed up, I don't care if you actually did your habits or not. If you signed up for this challenge, I'm offering 10% off the one-on-one coaching program. You've got to claim it by March 8th and it can't be combined. If you win a prize, you can't do both. Okay, so what is one-on-one coaching? And I'm just going to fly through this, you guys. I just want you to know that this is an option. It is available to you. If you're not interested, absolutely no big deal. You might know somebody who could really benefit from this, though, and I would really appreciate getting in touch with someone whose life could be changed through this. So what it is it's a fully personalized program tailored to your needs and goals, and we focus on fitness, nutrition, and mindset. So this is for you if you struggle with exhaustion and overwhelm just in your daily life. You'd love to get fit, but not sure how to make it a consistent habit, or you're not sure how to make time for it. You're fed up with the fad diet that promises that never lives up to your hopes. You have no idea where to start with creating real change. You've done the restrictive diets, but you're not wanting to starve. I fully believe that we can be the most healthy human and we actually fuel our body. We don't have to restrict. And you know it's finally time to make yourself a priority, but you're not quite sure where to start to get the full transformation. So just imagine being able to enjoy your food, take pleasure in your healthy, nourishing meals, be the healthiest version of yourself, have more energy than ever, feel fit and capable, empowered, have a pleasurable lifestyle that includes delicious food and exercise that you actually crave. You don't do it because you have to, you actually enjoy it. And you actually wake up every day feeling in love with your body and your life. You get rid of that someday mentality and you're done with the fatigue and the guilt and the shame. And then imagine not having to figure it all out, but have a guide every step of the way. So if you guys, really quick, if you haven't experienced what coaching is like, I've been working with a business coach for the past several years and I didn't know it. You don't know what you don't know. So I didn't know I needed it, but I knew I had room for improvement. So I was open to the investment to see where it would take me. And I just, now that I've tasted it, I can't ever go back. I don't know that I will ever not have a coach because I can't level up. I can't go to the next level. I can't help people and make a big impact if I don't know what I'm missing. That was just a huge eye opener for me. Like, okay, I need to really get serious about sharing coaching with people so they kind of get it. Like a lot of times it feels lonely and isolating when you're working towards a goal and you're trying to Google it and YouTube it and you're like, wait, how do I actually make it work for me? That's where the coach comes in. So what all is included? I know this is a ton. I had to squeeze it into one frame here, but we start with an initial call to really establish your plan of action. And what we will look at is your current fitness, your current nutrition, where your mindset is right now. We all have mindset blocks, but a lot of times we don't know they exist. We just know we're not where we want to be in our life. And then we got to start there. And your values, that's a huge thing. Like if you really value family time, then we're going to make sure we put that above all else. And then what you get after that call is your plan. And then for the next 3 months, you are working through that plan, but we have weekly check-ins. So that's an opportunity for you to say, hey, this is working, but this isn't working. And that's an opportunity for me to come in and say, hey, let's change this. And we're able to celebrate your wins and progress. You have access to the program hub, and that's where you're going to find all the resources you might need, recipes, workouts, video lesson library. I'll be going over food prep and meals and how to grocery shop, and you've got workbooks and all kinds of things. It's not homework unless you want it to be. You've got Voxer office hours, so you have access to me for coaching and troubleshooting and brainstorming pretty much 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Every 2 weeks, we'll meet on Zoom to go over the progress, assess your status, make any changes, and then I will be sharing different aspects of health, mental health, physical health, nutrition, all those things. These calls are about 30 minutes in length. If you need more, we can always add. And then you've got full access to any and all trainings and courses that I offer while you're doing that one-on-one coaching with me. So it sounds great, but what's the investment? Just so you guys know, this is, since I'm kind of starting from scratch and this is kind of a new program for me, this is the lowest that this will be. So if this is intriguing at all, I definitely recommend jumping in sooner rather than later. It looks like $800 for 3 months, or if you do it all at once, or $900 over that 3 month if you do a payment plan. And then just remember that any challengers also get 10% off. So, and I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but you really can't put a price tag on your health. I was just with my 102-year-old great aunt, and I asked her, what is the secret to living so long? And she said, do your exercises and take shots of tequila. I wish I could just bottle her. I mean, her energy is infectious. She is seriously amazing. But you don't have anything unless you have your health. And she really, up until the last couple of weeks, has had her health, and it has made all the difference. And it's just so inspiring to see that. So no matter how you guys choose to proceed, I am in your corner. I want to help you, and it really all starts with your habits. And so instead of thinking about, stepping into your identity, I really want you to solidify your identity. So right here, right now, I am a woman who, what comes to mind? What is the first thing that you're like, that is my new identity? And if you don't have to say it out loud, but just say it to yourself, maybe write it down, journal it, and really make it your screensaver. Like, I am a woman who, and then whatever is your highest value as it relates to your health, get that on repeat in your brain over and over and over again. So the word for tonight's video is accountability. And now I am open for questions. I am going to stop my share. All right. Kelly, Cheryl, anything that stood out to you? Is there anything I can help with? I know you guys got to hop off very soon, but I'm here.
I'm good. I just will throw a little comment with the coaching that you said that, because I just recently have been working with a leadership coach, which has been really, really, really amazing. I was not looking forward to it. And I'm taking an executive leadership program, and with it came a personal leadership coach. And it's been so eye-opening for me at work, and it made me just take a good look in the mirror of how people see me as a leader, what I think I am as a leader. So coaching in any aspect is absolutely amazing.
I totally agree. And I think you probably resonate with this as well. It's not just at work, right? You're probably
Mhm.
now thinking like that leadership is motherhood. Leadership
Yes,
is
and
like
marriage.
It's lots of things. Yeah,
marriage.
it's marriage.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I
Michelle.
resonate with that too. This year I'm turning 60, so I think about that every morning. I go, okay, so I'm going to be 60 in July. What is this year? What do I want to see this year? What does this look like for me? So that when I do turn 60 in July, I can go, oh, I've made some changes. I'm happy with who I am. I love myself more
Oh,
because I've done these things. That's kind of what I'm looking at this year. So
yeah.
every day I try to wake up with that in my head.
Yeah.
So I don't forget that that's
Yeah.
kind of my
You
goal
get to
this year.
turn 60. That's what it
I
is.
get
You
to
get
turn
Right.
60.
That's
Exactly.
amazing.
So
Seriously,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
And think like, so July, right? Look how much time we have between now and
yeah.
July. We're coming up on March. So March, April, May.
Believe me, I think of it all the time. Yep, yep, yep. And
Yes.
I don't want to take like tomorrow. I don't want it to start tomorrow. I want it to start today. I'm like, what does today look like?
Yep.
That's why this has been really beneficial for this,
Amazing.
making these slight little changes. And even if it is just one at a time,
Yep.
it's, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely. Little baby steps. That is the key to
Mhm.
actually making change. You can't
Yeah.
put the Band-Aid and say, I'm going to change my whole life overnight. I mean, you can, but it's very difficult to stick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, 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 yes. So one of my goals, though, I haven't done, and I know I need to face head on, is I love my Diet Coke in the middle of the day. And my kids have hammered me for years to give this up. And I know I need to. I just need to do it. And
Okay.
I'm scared to try.
What have
Um,
you incorporated your fizz?
I have it. I just got it when I got home, and I did have one, and I did really like it. And maybe that's what maybe tomorrow I'll just try to start that instead.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm so scared of this, facing this head on, because I love it so
Yeah.
much.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I did that with coffee. I gave up coffee last year. I did the 30-day challenge with Joan, and one of the things I gave up was coffee. One of the things was, and I didn't drink a ton of coffee, but I drank coffee every morning. It was a habit of having it in my hand.
Yes, it's a habit.
And
Yeah.
so what I do now, every morning I come down and make my fizz first thing. The first thing I do is have
Okay.
a fizz. And I
Okay.
add my mind health and gut health stuff to it, all the vitamins I need. And that's my morning
Okay.
drink now.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and
I
if
love
you
that.
alternate, yeah, so that's been really cool for me just to
Yeah,
My
share.
kids would think I was
Right.
best
And
because none of
Cheryl,
them drink soda. So they're always like, Mom,
yeah,
stop drinking that.
it's seriously, I mean, that would be like the number one thing I'd tell you. You're going to make a huge shift between now and July if that's all you did.
Okay.
Honestly.
Well, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to
Yes.
start. I have it. I have it. I did one of those. I'm doing your greens every morning. I love that.
Good. So
Um,
that's already a habit. So now start with the fizz and just know there's like 20 different flavors so you can get creative with it. But
okay.
make that be your substitution. So that's that's the fifth strategy. So instead of saying, I'm never going to have that again, don't just say tomorrow, instead of having my Coke, I'm going to have a fizz. And then the
Okay.
next day, instead of having a Coke, I'm going to have you're not saying forever, right?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
That's a really good way for me to look at it because
yes.
yeah.
And
Okay.
that
You'll be surprised too when you cut it out for a while, and if you have a sip, you'll think it's so sugary and so
Yeah.
gross.
And I've heard that so many
Yeah,
times.
you
So
will.
I look forward to that.
Yay.
Okay, well, I'm going to follow
Nice.
up with you, Cheryl, because that's a big one.
Okay. It
And
is a big one.
like,
I'm
this is
scared,
actually-
honestly, to say it sometimes out loud because
Yeah.
I don't want the accountability because I don't want, because it scares me. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
But if
but
you
I know I need to.
yeah, and then just know that this actually benefits your body, right? B vitamins, chromium, ginseng, guarana, like these are all things that you could take a handful of pills to be healthier, or you could just take something that tastes good and it
Right.
hydrates you and it substitutes I'm going to just call it bad because there's no redeeming value in a Diet Coke. It's got
Right.
chemicals and all kinds of stuff
I
in it.
know. I know. Believe me, my kids send me so many articles
Yeah, but see,
about
that's
it.
not like the logic isn't what's going to make you change your mind.
Right.
It's the heartstrings. So it's
Yeah.
the reminder like, oh, I get to be 60. 60-year-old me is going to be like on clean.
Diet Coke free.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on.
Yeah.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. And just reach out if you've got any questions, and let's finish these last 5 days really strong.
Thank
Sounds
you. I
good.
appreciate it. Love it.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Okay. Have a good night, you guys.
See
Bye.
ya.